So here we're sat stationary and there's no thermostat, so it's running about operating temperature. Now I'm going to just turn my interior fans on again. That's full speed. Half speed interior fans. Interior fans off. Interior fans on. Interior fans off. Now it still seems to be getting warm, but it took me about 20 miles. I filled up 5 miles before I did this journey, and I'd reset it, so it's 20 miles to get it hot. And it was only when I turned the blowers on to see if the matrix was getting any heat, and that happened. So as you might know, we've had some cooling issues with this. Just showing you that maybe the gauge might be a little bit out. So we're going to be fitting an independent system so that it doesn't rely upon the earths on here for a signal. It depends upon the earth and the power from the car for power, but not actually a signal reference. So we're going to install that down there somewhere on the oil feed coolant line, which is a permanent circuit. We're also going to tidy up that mess there, which I'll show you when I've finished tidying that mess. So I admit it'd be quite noisy this, but just for the purposes of showing you what's going on here. Try and put more light on this so it's not flickering so bad. We've rerouted some of the cooling pipe work so that it goes from the side of the head straight into the bottom of the turbo, out the turbo and into the matrix pipe, and then returns. It's much tidier, simpler. I'm actually quite pleased with how that's worked. And turbo heats your matrix, winning. So basically the faster you go, the warmer you are. Makes sense to go faster. Here's our little sensor. Right in there, and then the wiring goes through the bulkhead as usual. I've got to tidy all that up one day, maybe not today. And then, yeah, that's all good. We fixed the little diesel loop, which is good also. And we've been out for a drive. It's got no thermostat in it, and it's quite cool this evening. It is 11 degrees. Feels a little bit less. That's the temperature at the moment. It's been running for about 5 minutes after a long drive. Yes, I need fuel, I know that. But as you can see, temp gauge is showing 70. I did put it on square, but put it on really badly. Very, very bodged. I'm going to assure you, all bodges approved. 70 degrees, but as you can see on the gauge, it's showing nearly 80. And then if I turn the fans on, it's now showing, that focuses nicely, about 85 degrees, I suppose, but actually it's only 71. It's only 53. So, issues there. Let's ignore that over there. Let's sit with this one. What we're going to do is going to have some dinner, because that is possibly the most important part of diagnosing problems with project cars, is food. And once we've had dinner, we're going to put a thermostat back in it, because this does need to cool down a little bit. And then we'll go out for another drive and see what happens. Yes. Quite different, I'd say. Quite different.
Hey, I'm the voiceover guy, so it turns out the Lemon hasn't got a temperature issue at all, just a gauge issue. So we'll ignore the gauge and we'll thrash on. Next episode, swirly flaps, flappids of swirls.